Welcome to Lancashire by the Lord Lieutenant, the Earl of Derby. In royal weather, Her Majesty the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh are introduced to the Mayor of Morecambe, Councillor Clegg. And after the long journey from Windsor, there was a special smile for the engine driver. This is the start of their two-day visit to the county. After the Queen had signed the visitor's book at the promenade station, watched by the Mayor and Mayoress, she and the Duke left by car for Lancaster, where crowds had massed outside the town hall to greet the royal pair. Lancaster's Mayor, Councillor Scott, escorted his royal guest down the steps of the town hall when she returned to her car to resume her royal progress. Twice the people lining the route broke through the barriers. So, in this modern way, did the Queen come to ancient Lancaster Castle to touch, in a symbolic gesture of acceptance, the three keys offered to her by the Earl of Sefton: the great key of John o' Gaunt, the smaller key of Tudor Elizabeth, and Queen Victoria's key. Inside the castle, tenants of the Duchy were presented. And then to Preston, where the Mayor, Councillor Gray, took in turn his privilege of welcoming his gracious visitor to the industrial centre of the neighbourhood. At Hutton, the Queen and the Duke saw some of the activities of the county's police and met some of the stalwarts of the law. Part of the display included demonstrations by patrol cars on the skid pan. At the seaside resort of Southport, the Queen heard the heartfelt greetings of well-nigh 50,000 loyal subjects. Alderman Mrs Edith Smith is the mayor of the town. And so to the playground of the north, warm, crowded, pulsing Blackpool, where the royal couple attended a special gala performance in their honour, staged at the Opera House. Councillor Ogden, Blackpool's civic head, waited to greet them. After the show, the Queen and the Duke met many of the performers, introduced by Jack Hilton, Ira Alma Cogan, and Arthur Askey. The next day, the first port of call was at Darwin. Escorting Her Majesty was the Mayor, Mr Norman Briggs, and his wife, and the town clerk. Even if the cotton trade itself is depressed, the town's welcome gave no hint of it. As everywhere, it was a day for the children, and Blackburn was no exception, where the people stood shoulder to shoulder in the streets. The Guard of Honour was formed by the 4th Battalion, the East Lancashire Regiment, and after taking the salute, the Queen moved down the ranks, inspecting them. Lancashire has always tried to develop new industries to supplement the textile trade, and Her Majesty was able to see at Blackburn some of the work that goes on in a firm which produces some 35 million radio valves each year. In this area alone, the company will employ some 6,000 people when all its plans are completed. At Burnley, Her Majesty was offered some famous Lancashire dishes at the official luncheon party staged by the Mayor, Alderman J. Herbert. At Nelson, the employees of the Malvern Mill so impressed the royal couple that they made a very thorough inspection and stayed much longer at the mill than had been planned. For the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh, this was a first-hand examination of the problems which today beset the Lancashire textile industry.